After waiting nearly a year for the arrival of the company's 2020 Shelby GT500 project car, the crew from Lethal Performance traveled to Weichert Ford in Lake Wales, Florida to take delivery of the car and have a little fun with professional driver Billy Johnson behind the wheel. We were there to capture all the behind-the-scenes action.
What's your first impression, Jared?
She's a beaut. Amazing. I mean, this thing is a long time coming. And here we are again. It's a reunion, man.
That's right.
And we got you here with us again, Steve.
I appreciate being here.
So good to have you here, man.
You know, it's always fun to come to a dealership when we're going to make some smoke.
We are. Am I going to drive or is someone else going to drive?
I guess we got a mystery guest, don't we?
I think we should put a professional behind the wheel.
Probably should.
I am definitely maybe a professional actor, not a driver though, okay?
That's right. Closed course professional driver.
This is so exciting. Honestly, this is
So you've been waiting a year for this?
I ordered this when the order guides open up, I think at the end of June 2019.
Right.
So June 28th, we put our order in. Very grateful for receiving a golden ticket from Philip Weichert.
Yes.
Weichert Ford. Honestly, like he gave me his personal golden ticket, helped me out, and this is the car we wanted, and here it is, a year later. And
now I assume it took so long because you have the fully loaded track pack.
Yes.
Carbon fiber edition.
I know that they were like,
look at that. There's
Whoa,
another one right there.
One. Two.
2 for 1 day.
And speaking of Philip,
Yeah.
you can thank him in person.
Philip.
What do you think, man? Beautiful, isn't it?
She's gorgeous, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Same for you, man.
I was thinking about it. 12 years of doing business with you. That's
Yeah.
our first
The
GT500
original,
we
yeah.
ever bought was in 2008, right here.
Yeah, you called me up on the phone, asked if I had one, and that's the history.
I know. And how many vehicles do you think we've been through since then? Quite a few.
Quite a few.
I mean, pretty much every Mustang or Ford
Focus
Performance
RS,
vehicle, the
Raptor.
the Focus. It's all been, you know,
Super Duties, you name it.
everything, all through here. So it's been a great relationship, and couldn't be happier to be up here today for this.
Even though Team Lethal ordered the highest performing 2020 Shelby GT500 with the carbon fiber track package and 760 horsepower under the hood, it won't stay stock long.
So Jared, now that you have this beautiful car, what is your plan for it?
I think we're gonna start out just doing the basics. Honestly, like I want to spend some time with it, factory, go through all the driver modes, the exhaust modes, really learn about the car. Stock, and then we'll probably roll into just doing some basic mods on it, some a custom tune from Lund Racing with gasoline, maybe E85. We'll start doing some exhaust mods to it, and eventually we're gonna slap a big Whipple on it like we do with all of our cars. It's almost like Groundhog Day.
I would be disappointed if you didn't say that.
Yeah.
It would be a shock.
I mean, that's our MO, and I think we've mentioned that in a lot of our articles and stuff in the past. That,
Yes.
basically, all of our lethal cars do end up getting a Whipple on there, and it's gonna be no different with this one. But we're gonna enjoy it, how it is right now, with some bolt-ons and stuff as we get there. So,
All right, well, congratulations.
thank you.
After signing the paperwork, the Mustang King handed the Shelby key fob to professional racer and GT500 development driver Billy Johnson for a little tire shredding fun.
First of all, tell me what brings you out here.
We're here at Weichert Ford to pick up the brand new 2020 GT500 Carbon Fiber Track Pack Edition for Jared and Lethal Performance.
All right, and give us a little bit of your background with these cars, because you're not just anyone when it comes to the GT500.
So I am a professional race car driver and had the good fortune and opportunity to be a part of the development of this GT500. So I worked with awesome engineers and talented people at Ford Performance, and got to be a part of the developments of this car from pretty much day one. So it was really awesome to be able to see the development of this from the beginning to end, from the test mules that have went through a lot of abuse that we put them through to ensure that these cars hold up to any kind of abuse the customer will be able to throw at it, and ensure that the engine doesn't overheat, the supercharger and brakes don't overheat, and can just handle abusive track work from from start to finish with nothing but awesome performance. And as a whole group, we accomplished that goal. I love driving this car. This is a fantastic track car, especially this carbon fiber track pack edition. And Jared should have some fun in this.
Yeah, now let's talk a little bit about the track pack edition, because I've driven both configurations of the car, and it's a huge leap in performance between the two, and people might not think that it was a big leap. So give your impression of it and what the difference is in the two cars.
Between the base GT500 and let's say the handling package, which has the gurney flap on the rear and the camber plates in the front, the carbon fiber track pack edition has, in addition to that, carbon fiber wing that is almost identical to the GT4 Mustang race car that competes in the IMSA Michelin Tire Challenge Series, as well as globally. And that wing profile was taken from the Ford GT Le Mans car that won Le Mans. So there's a lot of motorsports DNA and history and trickle down from Le Mans winning technology to this road car GT500. So I think that's super cool. In addition to the wing, you have carbon fiber wheels made by Carbon Revolution. This is Ford's third car to use carbon fiber wheels, the first one being the GT350R, then the Ford GT, and now the 500. These wheels are not only much lighter than aluminum wheels, but they're much stiffer, and that's a key thing that enables you to run less camber, which means your car brakes better, and you can still have the cornering performance of a lot more camber. So it's a win-win by having a super stiff wheel, and then you have way more steering feedback through reduced gyroscopic effect. Just everything is better. Steering's better, braking's better, handling, cornering, feel, it's way better. And then those carbon wheels are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, and the Cup 2 tires are more track oriented than the PS4S's that come on the base GT500. And then there's front wicker bills and splitter extensions on the side, which the handling pack GT500 base car has as well. But to balance the downforce of the rear wing, those also come on this track car. But all of those things come together for more downforce, more grip, and significantly faster lap times on a road course.
Yeah, it felt like almost a different car to me when you drive it.
The increased grip from the tire, the increased stiffness, steering feedback through the carbon fiber wheels to the stickier tires, all of those make this car feel hundreds of pounds lighter than it would otherwise. So they all integrate and work together. And one other thing, the dampers and spring rates are modified for the overall performance envelope and setup for this package. But everything comes together to make this carbon fiber track package a track car. And it's not just a fast car that you could drive on a track and then have problems with overheating your brakes and engines. This is designed and built from day one that this has to hold up to track abuse, and I can run this through a whole tank of fuel without burning down the tires or brakes or overheating the engine. So massive accomplishment for 760 horsepower in such a large, relatively heavy car compared to other cars with over 700 horsepower. And there are other cars out there with over 700 horsepower that cannot even do one lap. So this was just a Herculean task to make this car this capable.
Now, when you were doing development, I assume maybe you had a little fun and did some hooning with these cars during the off times when you weren't documenting for testing?
It's hard not to have fun in these cars, and I've always celebrated race wins with drifting and power slides, and I definitely did a lot of that during the development of this car, and it's a blast.
So you definitely have some experience doing it, so let's go have some fun with this car, all right?
Oh, for sure.
Before Team Lethal headed back to South Florida, they continued a tradition of doing a burnout right in front of Weikert Ford. For the full behind-the-scenes story on the Team Lethal GT500 delivery, click the link in the video description.